That night, he tells me Uti has a new girlfriend.
Why are you offended that he has a girlfriend when you clearly have a baby mama now?
He had another girlfriend. Before we went to bed, this person now confesses of his Ndalo. He's telling me that he was sleeping with 3 other people.
How many people do you think he slept with?
I know 5.
The show is Engineer Your Life, and I'm Lungelo, KM. Of course, you're clicking because you're about to enjoy another conversation, another growth conversation that I'm going to have with my amazing guest who's joined us today. Before we have that conversation, don't forget to like this episode. Don't forget to subscribe because, as you know, as I consistently say, that when you subscribe, it helps us to search for greater stories and grow together. Getting into our conversation, when I saw Prof, I was like, okay, what does this Prof mean? Does it really mean there's an academic nature there? Yeah. Will he take me into that? Or it's like Dr. Kumalo, Dr. Malinga.
More like Dr. Malinga.
Is it?
Yeah. But I actually didn't want a PhD a while ago, but I think I want it now. I'm doing my master's.
Really?
Yeah.
Where does this Prof come from? Is it like a street name, a nickname, or a parent's name?
It's in my ID.
It's in your ID?
Home Affairs.
Professor or just Prof?
Professor.
Okay. Interesting. Professor Bhengu, how's your heart today?
I'm trying to think. I think I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm in a good space.
I can actually see it.
Yeah.
You didn't have to tell me. Just as we walked in here, even before we started recording, there's just been an aura of energy, of goodness, of vibrance. Would you say that categorizes your personality?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have quite a big personality. I'm also loving a lot. So yeah, that would describe me.
And where does that come from to be loving? Because another person would look at you as saying, perhaps because of your identity, you've been discriminated a lot by people. So then why are you so loving instead of just being reserved and hollow?
Because uthando changes a lot of things. There's people in my life that I wished loved me more than they did. And that hurt a lot. So if I can change just umuntu oseceleni, just one person, showing them love, then I would have achieved something in life.
Take me back 10 years ago. Where were we? What were we doing? 2015, yes. Where were we? What did life look like? Because now you're a superstar. It wasn't then. It was a different dimension. Where were we 10 years ago?
10 years ago, things were just starting up. I was an aircraft maintenance engineer, just employed by the national carrier. Let's not mention names. But I think I was on Idols also.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah, I was on Idols in 2014. Yeah.
That means you can sing?
2014.
Or you thought you could sing?
No, I can sing. I can properly sing.
Yeah. And how was that Idols journey?
Idols was my second TV experience.
Okay.
But I found it quite different and demanding. It's not only about singing. You need to be a personality on the show. So I found it quite different and demanding also. Because when we went to Theatre Week, there's people who got there same day and left the same day. So it was dramatic. But then I learned that I actually do want to be an entertainer.
Yeah. I mean, what is maybe let's stay there a bit. What is it about idols that isn't just about singing? So, what are the details of the things that we don't get to see as the viewers?
You know, there is a certain level of preparing that you should do just before you go to the show. One, you will be asked to sing just about anything under this world. So there's that preparation. There's also, when you're on Idols, you are filmed like 24 hours a day. So you need to be on your A game
Sure.
all the time.
Yeah.
If you feel like breaking down, you break down in front of cameras.
Sure. There's always a camera somewhere.
There's always a camera somewhere.
Okay.
Except in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But if you are crying in the bathroom, a camera will be outside that bathroom.
Yeah.
Or a mic inside the bathroom.
Sure.
You are sort of an entertainer 24/7. But I wasn't that person. Papa, yes. But I was not prepared for that.
Would you say that non-preparedness for being an entertainer rather than singing is the reason you didn't progress further?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Because I remember exactly what Gareth said to me the night I left at Theatre Week. He said, "You delivered a great vocal performance, but I don't know if that's enough."
Yo.
And in my mind, I was like, "But I'm here to sing, guys.
Yeah.
That's all of me. I'm literally here to sing." And that's when I realized some of the mistakes I made. There was a gossip about our group the previous night because and I refused to do that to the producers. So
the producer fed you information that you must speak about.
Yeah. But I refused to speak ill of people.
Hey family, quick one. As you know, our podcast is all about growth conversations. It's all about igniting your power. It's all about healing the inner parts of who we are that are difficult to deal with and difficult to manage. As we do that, we'd like your assistance in growing the platform by you subscribing, by you liking all our videos. It helps us to reach greater audiences and change more lives. Do continue enjoying the episode.
Would you say then that the producers are highly responsible with who progresses based on such things?
I don't know. But I think they make the final decision.
Okay.
I don't really think
votes.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Nah?
I think they make the final decision.
Nah?
Yeah.
Based on who they think is going to be the star.
Yes. Based on
who's commercial. They think who's commercial. Sure.
Maybe votes help them to see
the direction.
The direction it's going. But I think the final decision is made by producers.
What's an aircraft maintenance engineer?
But people don't know that there's people who fix planes. Like your car, you take it for service every 15,000 kilometers or 20,000 kilometers. Aeroplanes too, they go through daily servicing that they must top up oil, things like that.
Daily, you say?
Yeah, you check oil daily.
Okay.
There's something called a pre-flight check, where engineers go to the airplane, check if everything is fine. When it lands, when you guys walk out, there's an engineer who's checking if everything is okay. Are the tires flat? If it's flat, pump it tire.
Yeah.
If it's kugile, kick the tire. Yeah.
Gets changed. Yeah.
And then there's heavy maintenance that gets done also. Every 2 years, 3 years. So that's where we strip the whole thing apart and then rebuild it.
How does one become an aircraft maintenance engineer?
All right. There is only one route. You must go through an apprenticeship. It's about 2 to 3 years.
So with an airline?
There are schools.
Okay.
Most of them are in Gauteng in South Africa. Then you go through that apprenticeship. At the end, you will write a trade test. and then you become one. And then after that, there's a lot of licensing that is required by South African Civil Aviation Authority.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to keep studying to get that licensing, or is it
Yes.
hours you accumulate? How does it work?
Yeah, there's logbooks for experience. There's also a lot of studying.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, or fortunately, so that you guys can be safe, the pass mark there is ridiculous. It's 75%.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah.
That was a distinction for me at university.
Yes, yes.
But that's, if you get 75% in aviation, we start looking at you like,
you don't know much.
What are you doing?
Yeah. That's interesting. When did you realize that I love entertaining so much to the extent that I would sign up for the show that you signed up for, that we know you for, which is called Three-Way,
Yeah.
right? Actually, rather, when who calls who to put who on Three-Way?
This was just organic, you know. We were at a friend's place, having a braai.
Mm-hmm. Which year is this?
This is in 2022.
2022.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is 2022. Sihlalele, it was July. Oh, bese my.
Mm-hmm.
I do go there, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not ashamed of it. So there's a friend who's already on TV. She was on Generations at the time. So we called her, and then we said, "Sizabuye." When we got there, she had just started shooting a show with Moja Love, Umakhelwane.
Mm-hmm.
This is Soso. So she had brought her producer and her director of the show to her house. And then I brought my boyfriend with that day. And during the conversation, I don't know how my life sparked up. I have a baby mama that's pregnant. My boyfriend is a child, and we are okay and open about it. 2 weeks later, I got a call. Would you like your life to be shown on TV?
Mm-hmm.
I said, when did we get there?
Yeah.
And that was it. I was on TV. Well, then I spoke to, obviously,
all of them.
My then boyfriend.
Yeah.
And my baby mama. They took some time to think about it, but eventually agreed.
Take me back to who you met first between the two and the journey of love.
I met Ndalo first. I met the Mfana first.
Your boyfriend?
Yes. My then boyfriend.
We'll get there.
So I met Ndalo. Things were going quite well. And I told him, I think I want to have a child.
Which year is this? When you met him? Okay.
I think I met him in 2018 at a netball games.
Yeah.
For kids. One of his friends was coaching there.
Okay.
So when I got there, I was like, who is this fine ass thing? Guy bam. And then I think in 2021, I was like, let's do this.
Yeah. And how was the love? That first year specifically?
Everyone should experience that. You know, people used to talk about, this was my second love. Not umjolo nje or silly. So it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there was a point where I thought, I'm really going crazy. Every second of the day, I'm thinking about this person. And it was beautiful. It was... You know, there's minor things when you are in love that will make you very happy. He is a giver. So, stick sweet.
Okay.
And bring it to me. It's nothing much when you think about it, But when you're in love, it feels like ukuthengele Lamborghini. You know, it's
Consideration.
yeah.
Yeah. It's care.
Yes.
It's affection.
Mm.
Were that first year was just butterflies in your stomach?
Yeah, dude. I think Giddy Ndlovu. I was madly in love.
What's a day-to-day look like for people who are in love like that?
I was ready to get married.
Okay.
I actually thought about proposing. You know, so you wake up in the morning. Okay, I mean, I have an early day. Okay. So at 5, I'm leaving the house in the morning. When I get to work at 5:30, I'd call him because he should wake up at 6 o'clock. So I'd call him, and then he would wake up, go to work. And then around tea time, 9 o'clock, we'll talk. Maybe at lunch, we'll text. And then after our work, we'll call, sometimes go for dinner, things like that. It's normal, man, but it becomes more difficult, man.
Yeah.
And I've never moved in with anyone in my whole entire life.
So you didn't move in with him as well?
No. He refused.
Not that you didn't want to.
I actually asked him and he refused. I was like, oh, okay.
What was the age gap between you guys?
We were the same age.
You're the same age?
Yeah. I'm March, he's September.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're so happy, when do you then decide that, no, man, I need a child and I need to introduce somebody else into this?
You know, I was signing up with these life insurance companies. Should I talk about that? But I can't. You know, and then I realized, I never. So there should be at least
an heir.
50% of my blood that is going to show this money. You know, that was the spark.
Sure.
Then I actually realized that I give people so much. As a person, I take care of a lot of people, and financially too. But you know, so I decided then I wanted a child.
Which year is this?
I actually knew a long time ago that when I turned 30, I think I knew that I wanted to have a child.
Yeah.
So this was like 2018, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I wanted a child, but I didn't know with who. Because also I did not want to law umntwana bantu entombazane nkosi yami ngizoshada naye because ngifuna abantwana bese ngiyamgila ngabafina.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to be open, and fortunately my then boss has a niece.
Your boss at work?
Yes.
Okay.
Then boss.
Mm-hmm.
Had a niece who wanted a child also.
Okay.
So wasihlanganisa ke I.
So you told your boss that I want a child, but I don't want a girlfriend. Your boss was fully aware.
Well, everyone was aware at this point that I do boys more than girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then she also told you that she has a niece
Who's queer.
Who
also wants a child. Yes.
And which year is this?
This is now in 2021.
Still 2021?
Yes.
So in that honeymoon phase, you're already thinking...
having a child, yes.
I thought your honeymoon phase was amazing and glorious with your man.
Yeah, it was, but that did not mean I don't want a child.
I'm just asking.
Yeah. You can want a lot of things in life.
Sure.
Yeah. And he was fine with me having a child.
I was about to ask, how do you introduce the conversation to him?
I just told him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yes, baby, I want to have a child. He said, okay. With who?
Yeah.
Told him. He said, okay, fine, let's do this. So I remember what happened actually when we did something called home insemination.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Listening.
Yes, ask.
Yeah, listening. You're taking us through it, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
We did something called home insemination. This was on her birthday. And then I left with my boyfriend to Cape Town for a vacation. And this was for my birthday, I think. Yeah, this was for my birthday. When we came back, she brought the news that she's pregnant.
What is home insemination?
How do I describe it without being graphic?
Be graphic.
Okay. You obviously ejaculate into a container, get a syringe, put it into the VJJ for the day of ovulation.
Okay.
In that way, you're pregnant.
That's interesting.
It's actually what doctors, medical sciences, IVF is quite more complicated and more expensive. People don't know they can do this at home.
Yeah. I'm intrigued because I thought you were going to say IVF, right?
No.
Why not the IVF route? Financial reasons. You were like, why should I?
Quite expensive.
Yeah.
We can do this for free at home, man.
Yeah.
On the couch. Yeah. So, yes, we did that on the couch, actually.
Yeah. You get the news?
I get the news and, wow, my life was I was happy, man.
Yeah.
I was happy. I'm still happy. My daughter is the most beautiful thing I thought I would have in Billion. She's so happy.
Yeah.
So she was bubbly. Uyaganga.
How was the pregnancy?
That was a little bit difficult. Not physically, I think emotionally for her. Because this is when we were shooting the show also. So there was a lot going on. You know, when you shoot a reality show, people do not know that your life is like on fast forward. There's things I found out about my partner on the show because everything was moving so fast. So I think for the mother of my child, that was quite disturbing emotionally. Because, yeah, it was a roller coaster, but a beautiful one. I think in my life, Nje, going through that phase helped me a lot as a person to grow.
What are you finding out that's making things difficult in the pregnancy?
Oh, it's just drama that was going on during the time. A reality show is dramatic. She would find out things. Yeah.
So I'm asking because there's somebody who's watching who's never watched the show.
Yeah.
So what drama? Because it's already aired out there. So
for instance, we went to Durban, Emshadwin, with my partner.
The guy.
Yes, the guy.
Yes.
That night, he tells me Wuti has a new girlfriend.
So has your boyfriend always been bisexual?
Yes.
Okay.
So he tells me in Durban, Wuti une girlfriend. I'm like, the hell, dude? You could have told me this. Okay, plan we are going to go to the wedding, and then the next day I'm going to introduce him to my mother.
Okay.
Right? So now we are in Durban. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go I'm supposed to go home
with him
and introduce my boyfriend to my family.
Yes.
I texted him at 9 o'clock when I landed at Ortam, left him sleeping. It was a movie. So those are the type of things that happen when you're shooting a show. When producers and directors woke up that morning, I had landed in Ortam.
And they were in Durban?
With
the producers are also in Durban?
Everyone was
in Durban.
Everyone was in Durban. So that's the type of life that...
Why are you offended that he has a girlfriend when you clearly have a baby mama now?
He had another girlfriend.
What do you mean another one?
Hey, man.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back.
Yeah, let's do that.
He has a baby mama.
Yes.
Then they were not together. Then he had a girlfriend.
That is with.
Mina baby mama wami uLerato.
Yes.
So he also had a Lerato of his own, which I was fine with.
Which existed before you,
No, she came after me,
during you.
during me.
Okay.
This is when things start changing, the relationship. Okay? Kose khona this Lerato, kwaba khona omunye futhi. This is the one I'm being told about in
In
Durban.
Durban.
I'm like, yazini, ungijwayela amasimba lo. Ngizomshiya khona la eDurban. Oh, that night, it was so awkward. He went out clubbing ebusuku because I was livid. So when he came back at 5 o'clock in the morning from the club, I woke up and packed my bags to the airport. So when I say Eli Fiba, fast forward, it becomes quite difficult for someone not pregnant to hear of such things.
Sure.
You know,
Why? Perhaps we'll also give you the definition of what were the boundaries of your open relationship. But why is it offensive if he keeps on getting girlfriends?
you can have one.
Only one was allowed.
Yes, you can have one girlfriend.
Why was the one even allowed?
Because I really think as society we are quite unfair to bisexual people. Because they are really interested in both. They might not have both. Why not have both? Why not have a husband and a wife?
Yeah.
So I am not about to limit people for my own selfish gains. If you're bisexual, I think really you should be allowed to have.
Isn't the definition of being open, though, such that he did the right thing? That, like, I have a new girlfriend and I'm being honest about it. Isn't that the definition of being open? He's being honest about what he's doing outside of your core relationship.
But the agreement was one. Leave the other one then.
Yeah.
Because what eventually happened, he left the new girl.
Not the baby mama.
No. The baby mama was not in the picture at the time.
Okay.
Kuningi.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
He left the new girl?
He left the new girl Durban.
Yeah.
Because he could not explain that to his Lerato, his girlfriend.
Which is his baby mama.
Yeah. No, not his baby mama.
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
So there's a baby mama, there's a girlfriend, there's a Durban girl.
Girlfriend. Yes.
I hear you. There's three
Well,
at the time.
Baby no baby mama.
Okay. What happened with baby mama?
Waki.
Why Baby Ngacholi? Like, did they date and have a child, or how did that occur?
Yeah, they dated and had a child.
And that was the one you had consented to for them to dating and having a child?
No. When I came into the picture, they were living together, sort of breaking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you came in and then they broke up.
They broke up before me.
They
I'd like to believe that.
Sure.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Okay. You, in none of this, though, do you say that you and Lerato, which is your baby mama, are together? Have you ever been together in a romantic sense?
No.
So it was an arrangement?
It was an arrangement.
Okay.
But there is a point where we developed feelings for each other after I broke up with my... I'm not going to lie about that.
Yeah.
I fell in love with her.
Do you think it's because of the time you're spending together?
I think so.
She's lesbian, though.
Love is love.
Does she not identify as lesbian?
She does. But we didn't get into a relationship.
Oh, do you believe she loves you back in that sense, or loved you back in that
we
sense?
still love each other.
Yeah? Why aren't you dating and build a family?
We are different. We are quite different.
That's fine.
That's why
People are opposite.
we fight a lot.
Okay.
We fight a lot, especially when feelings start to grow and things like that, and then we fight. I don't know why.
How long after the Durban incident did you remain with your previous boyfriend?
A year or two.
A year. So you
We
forgave.
broke up last year, actually.
So you forgave.
Yes.
And the next year, how was that next year?
I think things started falling apart after we shot the show. Because the boyfriend I started shooting the show with was now a different person in my mind. There's things I was not happy with. I'll give you an incident. We lived 70 kilometers apart. So I'll drive for an hour to his place. So one of the days ngimvakashele, I came, and then he left me at his house and came back 2 days later. So why waste my time? Ungisaphi la if you're going to leave me at your house. Ngihlale ngedwa. So that happened a few times. It happened on Christmas also. He left with his girlfriend. They went to have dinner at his girlfriend's place, and then person disappeared and came back the next day.
But he was playing family with his girlfriend. Why are you saying it's wrong?
It wasn't wrong, but I was at his house. I don't even know if he went with the girlfriend to have that lunch.
Yeah.
Because when I called the girlfriend later on, girlfriend said, this person left a long time ago. And then he came back the next day.
So the girlfriend knew about you too?
Yes. We've slept in the same bed. No, we didn't. We didn't. We've shared the bed, though.
You've shared a bed with his girlfriend?
Yes.
And him and you?
Yes.
More incidents? Can't be just that leads to a breakup.
There was a lot to do. My boyfriend was tiring. It was tiring. So, I think what... Yes, I remember the first time I broke up with him. It was his birthday, actually. So, I had taken him out for a night, all-night massage type of thing, romantic. Before we went to bed, this person now confesses of his Ndalo. He's telling me that he was sleeping with 3 other people. I'm like, guys, I can't. Okay, one, I'm diabetic, right? So my immune system is already compromised. So if you are telling me you were busy sleeping with the whole street, ufunani? Ufuna ukungifakela ingculazi so that I can have two chronic
Illnesses.
Ufuna ungibulala mos. You want to kill me. So that was my gripe with this sleeping around. With uzongigulisa.
How many people do you think he slept with?
I don't want to imagine that.
Try.
I know 5.
You only know 5?
Yes.
Eesh.
It's those 3 people who told me about at his birthday. The other 2 girls.
Yes.
So, already, statistically.
It's a problematic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uzongigulisa.
True.
Ukuzongitholela i-STI lapha.
Sure. Even if it's not just ngulazi as you
Yes.
say. Yeah.
And then I might die because of this fellow Tando. Oh, sorry, Chem.
But you still didn't leave then.
I left him after that.
But you said that was your first breakup on his birthday.
And then it was too painful. Then I went back. That's why I ended up and this was in September. Then we sort of discussed of things that I'm unhappy about a relationship in. one of the factors was time. He was not making enough time
Mm-hmm.
to be in that relationship. So, fast forward, I don't know when he started sleeping with his baby mama. Now, after that.
A long time after they had the child.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, they started sleeping together again. This is now my detective mind
Mm-hmm.
speaking to me. Because on the 27th of Jan last year, he tells me that he wants another child. Kitimina, okay, I'm fine with that. With who? Would it would only make sense to have it with the same person I already have a child with.
Mm-hmm.
It was so khulumile yini naye. I think that's khuluma naye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'm coming back from, I think I had just picked up my daughter from crash. Calls me. Says I spoke to her and she agreed and she's ovulating today. That's quick.
It's quite an arrangement. So quick.
That's quick.
Yeah.
Send ovulation test and in need.
Yeah.
So you spoke about this today and decided with the clicks.
Yes.
You're taking ovulation test.
Sure.
Okay. To the bathroom. You're ovulating today.
Yeah.
Oh, really? And then he switches off his phone that day. And then I think I asked him the next day, you slept with her, right? That's yes, I did. And so when were you planning to tell me? Doop. And then we had a fight. So a friend of ours, I think a few weeks later, lost a child. So Saimngabeng. When we got there, he was preoccupied. Before the day of the funeral, yes, before the day of the funeral, he leaves me at his house again. Abuya ngakusasa. So we are going to this funeral village. He's in the right.
Yeah.
Later on, he makes excuses about I should leave that day. Do I not overhear his phone call with his baby mama talking about
She's coming over.
She's sick in polishada. So someone who had a child someone who was trying for a baby 2 weeks ago, we are talking about the first trimester already. I'm not dumb. So these people had been sleeping together.
So you're saying you were suspecting that the pregnancy had long happened?
When he spoke to me because the girl was pregnant. Yeah, bo. Beka mithi ugel. So this Nikki Beach, umuntu wami, decides ukuthi he's only gonna tell me that.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't get. That's the beginning of the drama. So the previous year, we had done a birthday party for my daughter, and he had brought a baby mama to the party.
Hey, man.
Hey! The things we allow.
Yeah.
So when baby mama got there, they sort of hit it off with my baby mama. So they became friends.
You baby mamas are friends
Yes.
of the men they're dating, inverted commas.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So, so we broke up. That broke me. I think I cried for 3 months non-stop. Then there were stories that would go through my baby mama. Oh, these people were planning to get married in September last year.
Your boyfriend and
They had
baby
moved in together a month after our breakup. So these are not people who were not sleeping together, at least.
They had a whole life planned out.
Yeah. I was obviously the distraction in this life. Distraction boys. That was me.
Yeah.
So this distraction boy left, so they can be happy. Okay. Now they were pregnant, expecting triplets. Yeah. Unfortunately, they had a miscarriage in June, July last year. Guess when I go to social media on TikTok,
What's happening?
I find the girl saying, I killed the children.
How?
I don't know.
Witchcraft.
Scientifically.
Yeah.
African science.
Yeah. Does it just end there with that one video? To what extent does
that was the only video? But, I realized when I told his friend that I want to go see them, because obviously this must be quite difficult to lose children.
Yes.
A lot was happening, but losing a child is quite difficult.
Sure.
So this friend advises me not to. I ask him why. He says, no, maybe they are not ready to see you.
Okay.
I mean, okay, I didn't go. Only to find out later that I was being blamed for this. Now that broke me again. Because, okay, you are back with your man, but why would I kill your children? So that was quite hurtful. Only to find out that I still love the motherfucker.
You went back?
I'm gonna go back.
You want to go back?
I want to go back.
Why?
I don't know. Ngizafuna kugida indlovu esini sami engaged. When we were still dating, he showed me a message baby mama. Ethi, yazi wena wangihetha but ngicela ubuye uzongiphinda second time. So maybe he has that.
He has that effect.
He has that effect. Ngicela ungiphinde futhi. Ushaye choke slam.
What does he do right?
When he loves, he loves.
But he doesn't have time. He doesn't have attention. So what is this love he loves?
When it slows down. Okay, Futi, at the time he was studying his degree. So we were studying his degree. It's Funda Song. So also that, 12 modules there, it's not child's play, and you are working full time. So when it slows down and my exams are pelile, there were days where we would sit on the couch and, Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill. A lot. So those are great times.
Maybe it's the chilling then that's confusing you versus the actual person.
I've had better chills.
Okay. So we're ruling that out.
I don't rank him first.
Okay, so we're ruling that out.
I'm ruling that out.
Okay.
Unfortunately, baby, I was sorry, Tadasam. Think she.
Yeah.
Ukona number one.
Yeah.
And number one, I wouldn't want to be with him.
Sure. But he'll come back and cheat on you. He is a serial cheater. We've established that.
So Feba song. I wouldn't. I'm trying to Gogishetel with the cleavage. And I'm sitting here. I'm engineering my life to a fan.
It's sure.
I'm joking, man.
No, I know. I'm just trying to make sense of how we come back, because how's your baby mama feeling about this drama? Because she was friends with this baby mama who's now trying to get married to your ex. Is she also involved in?
Yes, of course. And she was, I think they had a big fallout when she posted that on TikTok. Gogo Mtanam told me, Kuthi wamfonela ugeli. Wamutshela where to get off. So they had a big fallout. Nabo, they are rooting for us to be together.
Who's rooting now?
The two girls, they are colluding. They want us to date again.
The girls want the guys to date again.
Yeah.
Why now?
Baby mama ka baby is saying.
Kwenzakalani South Africa?
Baby mama ka baby, Uchi. Her man was much happier when I was in the picture.
What do you think you did that made him happy? Yeah.
Oh, ngiyakthanda. I basically plan my life around it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I just loved him. Because I remember when we had a fight, I asked him, Uguti, I don't think I'm getting this right, because I don't think I'm loving you the way you want to be loved. How do you want to be loved? What, you know, you love me perfectly. But why do you keep on doing these things? Because, honestly, he even went to a point where he accused me of dating his friend's boyfriend. Because in Nakona, yes, in South Africa. This guy, we're in the same. Oh, one of the days he left me, Wamabui. A boyfriend Gamgan walks out naked to a bedroom I'm sleeping in to look for Eli Tayaki. And then it does not look right when someone
Just
else
respect.
Someone
A
else
towel, underwear, something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but why are you naked? So exeni I woke up and told a boyfriend ukuthi when umuntu wakho ufike lapha engqini, so that ingaze nje iphume
the wrong way.
Yes. So that's because boyfriend, obviously they are friends with my boy. We am jealous with this is what happened. Does he not think we were doing something? I'm jealous lapho ngathi you are projecting lento yenzayo.
The things you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because kwakhona kuze kwenzeke lento umuntu azongena ekamereni engqondo. Ukuphi? Because you were supposed to be there with me.
Yeah, yeah.
So, inhliziyo sabotage nje. I actually told him yesterday that I still love him.
Yesterday.
Phone him.
I believe you.
I texted him yesterday. We are meeting next week to hatch out our things. And ngemazi ukuthi uyajola.
That doesn't move you clearly anymore.
Hello. Who am I? I went through a lot, man.
We're nearing the end of our conversation. Do you believe that the way you approach love is the right way you should be approaching it?
No. I think I lack man. Like I let people get away with a lot of things. So I wouldn't want my daughter to do that. So yeah, I don't think I'm doing it the right way. But I'm still going back. But I think there is unfinished business there.
Do you believe that man is your husband?
That man should have been my husband by now.
I think you see a project in him.
Yeah, a friend of mine told me that.
You want to fix him so much.
I like saving people.
Ne? You really want to fix him. Does he want to be fixed though?
Well, he's in a much better place now. So I did something right.
Or he used you? to move to a certain better place?
Not really, yes. I'd be lying.
Ne?
Everything I did for him, I did it out of love.
Do you genuinely think he's queer?
Well, he's dated boys before me.
Ever heard the term gay for pay?
Well, no one was rich in the boys he dated.
Fair. No, I'm just trying to see.
I'm not rich.
I'm just trying to see every scenario possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's queer.
Yeah.
He is not as bad as he comes out to be when you tell his stories. He's not, honestly.
Prof Bhengu, thank you. In closing, I actually want to ask one more thing. Do you believe open relationships are healthy?
Would you rather know or not know?
We want the truth.
So, they are healthy because abantu bazofeba anyway. That is the truth. People will sleep with other people. One thing I have learned is that me not trying to sleep with other people does not mean the next person is not doing it. And that next person might be umuntu naye kwi relationship. So when people have certain needs you cannot fulfill, rather know that they are having them fulfilled elsewhere than not know. Because in that way, you're able to protect yourself too. Because when he told me that he has a girlfriend, we started using protection again. Because my argument was, you sleeping with her does not mean she's not sleeping with anyone. So let's protect what we have because I can't control what happens the other side. Rather know than not know.
A conversation on open relationships, approaching life perhaps differently than you have been conventionally taught. And I hope you learned that just because somebody has told you how to live your life, there are other ways that you can live your life, and you can seek the mistakes perhaps that you believe Prof Bhengu has done in his relationships so that you don't repeat them in yours. Prof Bhengu, thank you so much for this conversation. Very unique, but thank you once again. There is always an opportunity to learn in every single journey and every single story. And as you move on in love, I hope you choose yourself more.
I hope so too.
I'll see you guys on the next episode.
Kholwa emandleni onawo.
Oh my, we're finally doing this. What does EYL Africa represent? It's about standing in your power. It's about, in isiZulu, it's kholwa emandleni onawo, which is our tagline. You will see it on the back of my t-shirts. It's about believing in the power that you have, believing in the power that your God, your guides have invested in you. Shop our socks, shop our t-shirt, and just keep believing in yourself. EYL Africa.
Now available on EYLshop.Africa.